Good evening, this is Brass Tacks. I'm Zakir Jacob. Bollywood has been stunned into silence tonight. Nobody is talking. It is the worst kept secret in the industry. It is out. It is there for everyone to see. And the biggest names are being made to pay for it. The Narcotics Control Bureau tonight has summoned the most sought-after actress in the industry. It doesn't get bigger than Deepika Padukone, and she has to appear before the NCB for questioning this Friday. Two other big names, Sara Ali Khan, Shraddha Kapoor, they have also been issued summons. They have to appear on Saturday. We are not, and let's be absolutely clear about this, ladies and gentlemen, these are not small fish, small-time peddlers that we're talking about. This is the biggest A-list stars. The drug trail that was unearthed after the tragic death of Sushant Singh Rajput is now going all the way to the top of Bollywood. Today, it is Deepika Padukone. Tomorrow, who knows? It could be another big A-lister. And we do have word that at least two big heroes and one big filmmaker is also in the list of the NCB. These names need to come out. They need to come out once and for all, because this is the time to clean up Bollywood. Now, first, the story itself. We've been reporting, and we were the first to report for several days now, that the Narcotics Control Bureau is zeroing in on the biggest names in Bollywood. And today, the agency issued summons to Deepika Padukone, to Sara Ali Khan, to Shraddha Kapoor, Rakulpreet Singh, and of course, Simone Kambata. All of these people, over the next 3 days, have to join the probe into what is the biggest, absolutely biggest scandal that is rocking the film industry. The days of Udta Bollywood are fast coming to an end.
It's the most explosive turn in the Bollywood drug saga. Actor Deepika Padukone has now been summoned for questioning by the Narcotics Control Bureau. She has to face the agency on September 25th. Also called in for the probe are actors Sara Ali Khan, Shraddha Kapoor, Rakulpreet Singh, Karishma Prakash and designer Simone Kambata. Deepika, who is currently shooting in Goa, has so far remained mum about the charges but is consulting her lawyers.
दीपिका पादुकोण को जब से नार्कोटिक कंट्रोल ब्यूरो का समन मिला है, उसके बाद ही दीपिका पादुकोण अपने लीगल टीम के साथ लगातार कांटेक्ट में है। बताया जा रहा है कि मुंबई और गोवा के तकरीबन 12 बड़े वकील जो हैं वो दीपिका के साथ कंसल्ट कर रहे हैं कि अगर 25 तारीख को दीपिका पादुकोण मुंबई के नार्कोटिक कंट्रोल ब्यूरो ऑफिस पहुंचती हैं तो लीगलिटी वे में वो किस तरीके से बिहेव करेंगे, किस तरीके से वो आंसर करेंगे नार्कोटिक कंट्रोल ब्यूरो के अधिकारियों का।
Apart from Deepika and Shraddha Kapoor, the NCB also wants to question Sara Ali Khan. Like Shraddha Kapoor, she too had co-starred with Sushant in a recent film, Kedarnath, and was present at parties organized at his residence. Earlier, sources in the Narcotics Control Bureau said that Quan agency talent manager Jaya Saha had confessed that she got CBD oil online for actor Shraddha Kapoor multiple times. Jaya Saha, who used to handle Sushant Singh Rajput's account, also agreed that she used to get CBD oil for Sushant, Riya Chakrabarti and film producer Madhu Mantena. Jaya Saha has not, so far at least, told the officials who the drug suppliers were. This is where producer Madhu Mantena's testimony could play a crucial role. Mantena, the ex-husband of fashion designer Masaba Gupta, had co-founded Quan. The NCB wants to know from where these Quan talent managers were procuring drugs, Riya's association with Quan, and whether Mantena knew about the drug culture at his agency. Con CEO Dhruv Chitgopekar and Deepika Padukone's talent manager Karishma Prakash are also under the NCB lens. Karishma is yet to be questioned about the alleged drug chats that she had with the actor ahead of a party in October 2017. The drug probe was a fallout of the investigation into Sushant Singh Rajput's death. Riya Chakrabarti had admitted that Sushant took drugs.
Let's once again make this absolutely clear. This is the moment of truth for Bollywood. This is a moment of reckoning. The Hindi film industry hasn't faced this kind of a crisis in at least the last 20 years. So let's not underplay the significance of this moment, not even for one bit. Zeba Warsi is joining us live from outside the NCB office. Shilpa Ratnam has been following the Bollywood industry for a number of years now. Zeba, first things first, a lot of people are tweeting in and asking, what can you do on the basis of a WhatsApp chat? Admittedly, that's the only thing that's there in the public domain right now. But the fact is, Mr. M.A. Jain, who is the Deputy Director of the NCB, while coming out this evening and saying and officially confirming that summons has been issued to all these A-listers, did also say that that's not the only thing that we have. We have other things as well which we would like to question these stars with. So clearly, the NCB knows what it's doing. The NCB has something in its possession which it wants to clarify with these stars. That's why they've been summoned for questioning.
Certainly, Zaka, and it would not be for nothing that the NCB would go on to issue summons to A-listers from Bollywood. Deepika Padukone, Shraddha Kapoor, Sara Ali Khan are, of course, have been summoned over the course of the next 3 days. They are all going to be questioned. And considering that the WhatsApp chat, of course, has been at the crux of the discussion, the WhatsApp chat between Deepika Padukone and Karishma Prakash, her manager, who works at that Quan talent agency, which, remember, is also seems to be the one which is caught in this entire episode, because people connected to Quan, people who work in the Quan, are the ones who are being questioned and are also the ones who are spilling the beans. So
Okay.
When it comes to the NCB, they're very clear that they're trying to unearth a larger drug racket within
Yes.
the Bollywood and Nexus, and trying to essentially establish where are these drugs coming from, who is the kingpin, and how are these being procured, how are these being transported, and who are these Bollywood stars who
Okay.
are consuming it.
Let me
And
go
perhaps
across
in the
to
course of the next few
Shilpa
days,
as well.
We will get more clarity.
Shilpa, this role of this Quan talent agency, I mean, it seems like they were supplying drugs to the biggest names in Bollywood. Among the, it seems like the day job was to manage talent, and part of the job profile, part of the KRA seems to be to supply drugs.
Well, that is something that is coming to the forefront now. The role of the entourage, or the role of talent managers in not just in their professional lives, but also in helping them procure drugs. Because if you remember in Ria's case as well, her, the house manager, the house help, they all attested to the fact that they procured drugs for Sushant because he didn't want to leave a paper trail. And this is something she even mentioned in a bail application. Now, in the case of Quan, we have Jaya Saha, we have Karishma Prakash, chats between the two. The two have had with actors about various substances, and Madhu Mantena as well, who is a co-founder of Quan, was talking to Jaya Saha, who is also a stakeholder in Quan, about allegedly some weed as recently as June 2020. So it does seem to be quite rampant in Quan, but to say, we would have to see if the agencies are able to extrapolate from this, or they want to cast a wider net and look at entourage and the role of the talent management.
Let me now bring in our guests. I want to thank both Zeba and Shilpa for joining us at the top of the show. But this is absolutely, I mean, we've had one-off instances. There was a Sanjay Dutt in the 90s. There was a Fardeen Khan in the early 2000s. We have not seen something like this in the Hindi film industry in the last 20 years. Shikha Malhotra is an actress. She's now joining us. Akashdeep is a filmmaker. Utsav Bains, lawyer at the Supreme Court, and Kulbir Krishan, former IPS officer. Shikha Malhotra, this was the worst kept secret in the industry. Everybody knew about it. There was that famous video that Mr. Sirsa put out. At that time, there was denial, or there was a complete shutdown. There was no response from any of the people in that video. But this is the moment of truth. Bollywood now has to wake up and say, we have a problem, folks. We have a problem in our backyard, and we need to fix it.
For sure. I would love to state one thing clearly, very clearly, that there are many people of the Bollywood who are covering up this backyard, who has been totally corrupted, saying this, that don't point out the whole Bollywood. So folks, we are not pointing the whole Bollywood. I'm also from Bollywood and I'm a COVID warrior. I'm a nursing officer serving COVID patient. But why are you taking it on yourself when you are not defected? The people who are defected were trying to repair them. And about Quans, that's a big shame. I have been facing this Quans that I've been trying level best to register myself to Quan. But why would they register me? They the talent manager, they call themselves talent manager, the Jaya, who is, in chat with the peddlers. They are managing the talent or they are managing the druggies.
Absolutely.
The audience needs to understand now that
Akashdeep,
they need
you
to
have been,
stop
Akashdeep, you've
watching
been part of the industry for a
Yes.
number of years now. Akashdeep, why has it taken the tragic death of a young superstar and then the resultant, back and forth that's happened with his girlfriend and and the people who were helping him out, and finally it's come to this, that we have the biggest names in the industry being questioned or being asked to come for questioning, from Deepika Padukone to Sara Ali Khan to Shraddha Kapoor?
Zaka, I'll answer the generic part of the question later. To tell you about Deepika, I was doing my research before coming on to the show, and I chanced upon a video where Deepika was questioned by the media at the entrance of some award function or some function. And surprisingly, the question was about drugs, and she said, my mother questioned me. Do you? And I kept silent and she said, my mother continued, and I choked. And I had to confess to her finally that I was going through depression, and I was taking whatever, marijuana, hash. I'm not getting into that detail, but it was one of these. I was rather surprised because I had not ever heard that Deepika has come on camera and admitted in those days when it was reported that she was going through depression. Well, I don't want to give her a clean chit because she was depressed, because no medical doctors say that if you're depressed, just start taking drugs.
Exactly.
But now, if she faces the NCB day after tomorrow or whenever she's going, what if she says, yes, I was depressed in 2017 and I did consume. I don't do it now. It's over.
No. How is it over? No. How is it over? No, sir. How is it over? It is still illegal in this country. It is not. No. It's not a prescribed drug. It is not a prescribed drug. No psychiatrist. No psychiatrist tells you because you're depressed, please go take marijuana.
I said that.
No. So then, how is it okay?
So if I tell you that yes,
how
in
is it okay?
2017 I did.
No. How is it okay? No.
2020.
The law can be applied retrospectively, sir. The law
So
can be
then
applied
there are a lot
retrospectively.
of people who have come on camera and who are champions of this cause, like Kangana, who have accepted 10 years, 15 years back under duress.
Which is
force,
exactly
whatever.
what I'm
You mean to
saying,
say-
Mr.
are you
Akashdeep.
saying that
I
the
am
motive
saying
of
do
this
not
search and
condone
this
anybody.
exercise is-
Do not
Sorry.
condone anybody. If it is illegal in this
I'm not-
country for Akashdeep to smoke up and for Zaka Jacob to smoke up, then it is illegal for Deepika Padukone. It is illegal for Kangana Ranaut. It's illegal for everybody. The law is the same.
Zaka,
The law cannot
now
be
let me answer
different
your question.
just because you're an A-lister from Bollywood.
No, I won't know.
Utsav
They will pay
Bais,
for their crimes.
Utsav Bais is a
They
lawyer.
will pay for
Let's
it,
ask
Zaka.
him. Let's ask him.
Zaka,
Utsav Bais.
Zaka.
No, one second. Utsav Bais. Let's clarify this. We have the same law in
Zaka,
this
can I
country.
finish?
No, one
Zaka,
second,
can I
sir.
finish?
No. You brought in a very good point, and I think Utsav Bais is the best person to answer this.
No, can I just finish what I was saying? I've answered only part of that
If
question.
Deepika Padukone goes to the NCB tomorrow, day after tomorrow, when she's asked for questioning and says, please explain this chat, and if her defense is, if her legal defense is this, that I was depressed in 2017, I needed to take away my depression, therefore I smoked marijuana or I smoked hash, is that a legally tenable defense, Utsav?
No, that is not a legally tenable
Can someone
defense
correct
because
the,
law is same
the
for
audio,
everyone.
please? It's coming and going. I
So,
couldn't follow that.
let's
Utsav.
let's be specific tonight, Zaka. Narcotics are a banned substance under the NDPS Act.
Yes.
NCB is an agency that deals with this illegal act of consuming drugs or storing drugs. Law is same for everyone, even if it is the President of India who consumes drugs, if he is found to consume drugs, even the President of India, though he has an immunity under Constitution, but I say that anyone, no matter how mighty that person is, should be brought to justice.
Absolutely.
Now, Zaka, the other point, which is very important, I come from the state of Punjab. And Punjab today, you know, Udta Punjab, etc., we have a huge drug problem. Now, Bollywood actors happen to be role models as well. Now, you imagine if there is a sense of impunity in anyone, however mighty, that they can get away with consuming drugs, that is a bad precedent for our society.
Absolutely.
Being role models, it is also important for role models to behave as role models. You know, if we have anyone, I mean, me, Zaka Jacob, or any Bollywood actor who is in public life, if that person is consuming drugs, that is not good for our society.
I absolutely agree with you.
Point number two, which is
absolutely
which is
agree with
denying that.
point number
There is no
two,
denying
Zaka,
that.
which is very important. Now let us, you know, any crime which has a sense of impunity. Say, for example, a lot of people say that marijuana should be legalized. There's a huge debate. I was speaking to a doctor who's in the city of Amritsar. Now he tells me that anyone with a mental illness like of depression or bipolar schizophrenia, or even if it runs in their family, if that person consumes marijuana, that person is on a higher risk, because these substances can trigger that disease in the person.
Fair enough.
So,
that's
you know,
a different debate. No, that's a different debate. I don't want to get into that debate. What I'm focused on tonight, Kulbir Krishnan, I think Utsav Bens made a great point. You know, the thing about Bollywood, one of the people who's been questioned today, ladies and gentlemen, you'd be interested in knowing this. He's been questioned for the last few days. Is a gentleman named Madhu Mantana. He was one of the 4 people who founded Phantom Films along with Anurag Kashyap. And you know that Anurag Kashyap and Phantom Films produced this movie called Udta Punjab, because Utsav talked about Punjab and the drug problem in Punjab. Today, Madhu Mantana, who produced a movie about the rampant drug problem in Punjab, Kulbir Krishnan, is one of the main accused in this case. He's been questioned non-stop for 2 or 3 days now. I mean, the problem that I have with Bollywood is this. You preach one thing on the silver screen, but when it comes to what's happening behind the curtains, it's all hustle. It's all covered up. It's all shady business. And now it's coming to the fore. So that's their problem.
There are a lot of double standards. And the fact is that the NCB is following a bottom-up approach. It is not that they are targeting only the A-listers amongst women and leaving out the men. The fact is that it started with Sushant Singh's death, and so Jia Saha and others have all named people who are procuring drugs from her, or allegedly procuring drugs from her.
Yes.
So they are mostly ladies. But what we have to keep in mind is that drugs finance a lot of anti-national and terrorist activities, and the links between fashion and film industry and underworld are not very subtle or not very hidden.
Yeah.
So it is very important that the NCB goes to the root of the problem.
I
right
agree
now,
with you.
I'm sure that Deepika and others are only peripheral players. They are not, you know, hardcore druggies or things like that. That's what I'd like to believe.
I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. You have to go to the root cause. You have to go to the bottom of this.
Correct.
But Akashdeep, I have again a very simple question to ask you, sir. Again, as a veteran member of the industry, you know, when such a big crisis, and I have no hesitation in saying this is the biggest crisis that the Hindi film industry is facing in the last 20 years. I have not heard a single word from the biggest stars in this country. I have not heard a word from Mr. Bachchan, not a word from Salman Khan, not a word from Shah Rukh Khan, not a word from Amir Khan. I have not heard a word from the Cine Artists Association, the Producers Association. What is going on? Do these people not care? Are these people not aware of what is going on in the industry? Are these people too afraid to speak up? What is going on?
Zaka, it is a bit unfortunate. I cannot defend this statement. I have been on countless debates trying to defend the shaming of the entire Bollywood community, even during the Sushant episode. But I regret I didn't see the A-listers coming out and saying we've lost one of our brothers, and especially a week after the incident when things came to light that it just doesn't seem a simple case of suicide. Even then, nobody came together to say that, you know, we want to know what happened to one of our brothers. He was among the top 15, 20 leading men in the country. And at the age of 35, if he goes, Why should it need Akashdeep to attend every debate and say no, it's not the entire
it's not
Bollywood?
it's not just about it's not just about Sushant's death. That's one that happened 2-3 months ago.
No, Zaka,
I'm talking about the drugs,
happened and they didn't
sir. I'm talking about the drug
asking
nexus.
them to come out.
I'm asking a simple question. Do the biggest stars in the industry not care? And admittedly, their sons and daughters are all entering the industry. Do they not care about the state of their industry as they leave it to the next generation? Does Mr. Bachchan not worry about what sort of industry he's bequeathing to his progeny? Does Salman Khan or Shah Rukh Khan or Amir Khan not worry about the state of the industry that they are leaving to the next generation? I mean,
Zaka,
really?
you are bang on. You are bang on. And it's unfortunate because this is a time when they have to come out and speak. I can say if 2 or 4 or 6 are not speaking because they probably, they know that they commit the fault and the mistake and the crime of consuming it themselves. But the rest should come out and speak. And this is a time where it involves the entire country. It involves the youth. It involves people who follow us.
You know,
and I am sure they should come out and
the
speak.
reason
But I
why
hang my head
in
in
4
shame,
months,
they
the
don't do
reason
it.
why in 4
And you are not
months,
going to expect
you know,
any
the biggest
statements coming
names
out
have
also
not
from
come
them,
out and
Zaka.
said this, and I'm convinced about it, because Bollywood has been this little cozy club for far too long. The rules of the country did not apply to them. The law of the land somehow did not apply to them. They had money and power and influence, and therefore they could have the richest lawyers representing them. And I'm sorry, Shikha Malhotra knows this, Utsav Bais knows this. I mean, there was a time when a superstar drove over poor people who were sleeping on a pavement, and he got away with it. I don't think in 2020, no matter how big you are, you cannot get away with something like that in 2020. That is the difference. That
Thanks
is what
to the media.
that is what
Thanks to the
Bollywood
media.
needs to realize.
Thanks to the spotlight that you have.
Shikha Malhotra,
Thanks to the media.
that's
Thanks
what
to people like you.
that's what the media, that's what
Yes,
the industry needs
yes.
to realize.
Truly,
You
that's the
cannot get
difference.
away
And the
with
question-
crimes.
And the question which you asked, that these big
All of
stars
you
are
deserve
not
kudos for that.
taking, are they doesn't care that what they are giving to their next generation. So who are the next generation? They believe only their kids. They believe only the people from their elite circle are going to be the next in the industry. The people who are speaking, they doesn't care about them. They
Yeah.
are powerful, they have money, they have everything. They doesn't care, to be very honest. They
Okay.
think that they are everything. They think that they can do anything and they can fool the audiences. So the audiences needs to understand to stop watching the film and to appreciate the real talent, not anyone who is under fault.
I think people are smarter. I think people have become much smarter. They are seeing through this. Utsav Bais, Kulbir Krishna, I'll give you the final word. Utsav, in terms of legality, there is so far only in the public domain what we know is this WhatsApp chat. But we had a senior officer of the NCB come out today and say on record we have other evidences as well which we would like to confront these people with. How does this proceed legally now? What is going to be the clincher legally if I were to ask you?
Well, legally it's going to proceed on the basis of the questioning of the so-called suspects. And NCB and CBI have a very set pattern. So they'll call these suspects, there'll be a set of questions. If they'll be able to answer these 10, 20, 25 set of questions, they'll go back home. But if even there is one question that they miss, then they'll call them again. And on basis of that one question, they'll have 10 more questions. So it's a very set pattern. It's very objective actually. For CBI and NCB, how they interrogate any question.
Okay.
And it's all very objective. They cannot, arrest anyone without any evidence. If they have
Sure.
any evidence, they'll ask you a question, you answer this. That person can make written submissions and oral submissions. On basis of which, if you're not able to answer the question, and of course, there is a way, one is cross-examined in a police custody.
Sure.
So when one is arrested, if you have to
nobody
seize,
is asking for a witch hunt.
the material
Nobody
and
is
the,
asking for
yeah.
a witch hunt.
You
Let
know,
them present whatever material they have.
That's what I'm coming to. That's what I'm coming to, Zaka. The larger
Very quickly,
question.
please,
Let
yes.
me also, Zaka, it's a very important point I wish to make very quickly. Drugs is a reality we all face today as a nation.
Yes.
It is important to treat with it with a punitive action. But what about the reform? What about preventive steps?
Okay.
What about making looking at a drug addict
Fair enough. Mr. Krishan, I'll give you the final word
should
because
be
I have to wrap up.
but
And I
let
think
us have
Utsav is
compassion
right.
towards them.
Utsav is right. you know, I know, you know, right now the media is focused on Deepika Padukone, Sara Ali Khan, etc. But the fact is, this is a big racket. It's a multi-state, multi-country racket. Will the NCB get down to the bottom of that? I think the intent will depend entirely on that.
Yeah, I want to make 2 quick points.
Yes, sir.
Number one, you might have seen a small news item that NIA has also now been given the powers
Yes.
for investigating drugs.
Yes.
NIA deals with terrorist cases. So the the terror and drug link is coming out more and more.
Yes, okay.
Number two, you might recall that when cricket was having this problem of bookies and, you know, its integrity was being questioned,
Absolutely.
a lot of top heads were rolled, and the ICC set up a thing called ACU,
Yes.
that is Anti-Corruption Unit, which eavesdrops and checks whether any bookie is in touch with any player, etc., etc.
Yes.
So what our Indian film industry has to do right now is to set up an anti-drug unit which
Okay.
has police officers in it.
I think that's a great point that Mr. Krishnan said. I think somebody referred to this last night as well. This is the cricket moment. This is the so-called match-fixing moment for the film industry.
Yes.
Cricket went through it in the 90s. Film industry is going through it in 2020.
Zaka,
It's a
10
pity.
seconds.
No,
Zaka,
I got to
so-
really wrap up. Akashdeep, I'll catch you again tomorrow on the
10
debate.
seconds.
But I
Something
really
okay,
have to wrap
okay,
up. I'm completely out of
If
time.
this-
We'll catch you again next time. But like I said, this is the match-fixing moment for the film industry. This is their wake-up call. This is their moment of truth, moment of reckoning. And I'm really sorry to say that the biggest names have not stood up to meet this moment. That's a wrap. I'll catch you again tomorrow night, same time.